Hi, Uncle Dick. I got up to Camp Morgan this weekend and just did a little stomping around. You enter the camp off Faxon Hill. The close-up of the area. There's a radio tower there, and the head of the trail is right here. It's well marked. There are trail guide maps with a little guide area I'm going to read in just a minute. The majority of Camp Morgan forest will be carefully managed for timber. The recent timber harvest completed here in 2004 produced 101 board feet of white pine logs and created valuable habitat for many animals, including deer, rabbits, turkeys, and grouse. You are now entering the Camp Morgan natural area. Approximately 45 acres in size, this impressive forest is being kept in its natural state for education, public enjoyment, water quality protection, and conservation of biological diversity. For the next trail marker, head to your left at the fork in the trail to Indian Point. This is Cook's Corner. I don't know, I kind of lost place. I wasn't able to hit all of the trail markers. They're in pretty bad shape. I don't think a lot of people come up here, which is too bad. But this is who it's named after. Do you know this guy? It comes down from Faxon Hill Road. It's I'd say it's on top of the hill above Chapel Cove. To the left, the trail goes down to Indian Point. To the right, it heads over toward the chapel. This is a boulder. It's about maybe about 10 feet tall, 20, 30 feet long. It's about, I'd say that's the lake right there. I'd say the chapel's over in that direction. We're heading toward the Cubbaroo. The trail leads toward the Cubbaroo. It's pretty interesting to look at. I just can't imagine you guys never bringing the kids up here. It's got a natural cleft with a pine tree growing out of it. So that would have been here in the 60s and 70s. Well, here we are. Indian Point, the old Cubbaroo. I'm not near the water yet. I'm just coming in by the trail that way. And there's a trail marker. And we're coming down to the trail. Oh, this woodpecker-ridden hemlock. One of the kids set up a cairn. It's at the base of that hollowed out tree. No totem pole. Darn. Oh no, I took that out. Little bench. And here we are. Lake Mellon. Looks like there's been some construction along its shores. Looking down the lake. Nice. Beautiful. Let me see, there's a big rock, a landing rock down here. Is that it? Oh, maybe I'm on the trail that leads me down to Chapel Point. That's what it is. I remember this rock and this view. Looks like they built some houses along the shore closer to the public beach. I can get a shot of the public beach. The pines. There it is. I don't know what that, I don't know if that building, I think that building might be new. There's Camp Morgan. So that would be the nature area. And there, where I guess you and Dad built that Adirondack shelter. There are the new houses. Unless that's the area. Unless that's the place we stayed at. That's the public boat ramp right there. If I remember, everything was this way. So I wonder if that's the director's cottage. And coming along, the house that was built out over the water is gone. I think it's gone. And these two would be the site of where we stayed. Very nice. We're on the trail to the chapel. I don't know if this was here when we were campers and counselors. I always remember getting to the Cub Village from the chapel by canoe. But, I mean, it looks like a well-maintained old trail. Alright, that is number 11. Number 11, according to the trail guide. There are many native plants that can be used for medicine and food. The bright yellow stems of goldenrod can be chewed as a temporary relief for toothache. Wild sarsaparilla roots can be boiled in water to make a refreshing reddish-brown tea. And nearby, wood sorrel leaves are high in vitamin C and may be added to salads. Nice design. I don't remember this being here back in the 70s or the 60s. It looks like we're in Chapel Cove. Here's a neat tortured landscape. This tree's probably came down maybe about 20 years ago. I mean, if this wasn't a trail back in the day, it should have been. This is a nice trail. You guys must have had a trail here. I mean, this is just too scenic not to have had a trail. A little further along, we've got some more geology here. This looks like it. That's a piece of PVC. Yeah, I remember the terrain. This is the chapel. There's the trail to the camp. And here we are, coming down to the chapel. I actually remember this. A little place to sit. Where was that organ? I tore it out a long time ago, but it was around here somewhere in a box, wasn't there? Or a piano? Gotta love that sandy bottom. That's what I was hearing. Another Babylon brook. I remember this. Oh, hey, look. This was here. That's the direction to the chapel. And we're coming down the trail along the edge. Funny, I remember the distances were longer back then. You know, back when I was 4 feet tall. Now we're coming into the Lumberjack Village. Along the side, I found this odd wreckage. I'm not exactly sure what this is. Is it an old stove? Electrical panel? Was this here during the camp? I don't know. It is interesting. Also, this structure. Is this part of the original Lumberjack Village? It looks like it could be. And I will carry on my narration. Let me just make sure I got that. I didn't actually look to see if it was recording. My question was, is this from the camp days? And as I swung around here, I came across, boom. That couldn't be. No. Uncle Howard, did he come up here? He would never have done that. Lumberjack Village, Camp Oregon. Not sure it was on when I was over here. The old campfire. This reminds me of the tale of White Man's Magic. Remember that tale? Perhaps you can help me fill in the blanks. As Dad would tell me, every morning he'd wake up and Chief Henry Reggie would have a fire going. Didn't matter whether it was raining, snowing, or what. Every morning he'd have a fire going. Dad would ask Henry, how'd you get that fire going? Henry would say, White Man's Magic. And it just kept going on like that until finally Dad just had enough and said, Henry, you gotta tell me, what's White Man's Magic? Henry held up a mason jar full of liquid. It was kerosene. I don't think I told the tale right. Looks like there's some wreckage over here too. Oh, this would have been the old Kaibo. Yep. You guys never signed your names on trees, did you? How high would they be? Beautiful. Okay, back in the chapel. Looks like there are some kids over at that rope swing now. So I'm going to head out. This is the trail up to the radio tower. I don't know if this was here when the camp was here. So we'll find out. Here we go. Just up the trail a little bit. Was there a Kaibo here? Was there an outhouse? Would have been. There's the chapel. So we're up a little higher. More boulders up here. And it looks like. Number 16. On one side of the trail is a white ash, on the other a sugar maple. Also nearby are black cherry, red maple, and American beech trees, with younger eastern hemlock and red spruce below. Can you tell them apart? I can't even tell one from the other. Yep, we're going uphill now. Oh, boy. Looks like I'm coming up on another one of them trail markers. 17. Here's a pocket of a mature American beech. Beech nuts are an important food for black bears and other wildlife. Some of these trees are healthy and with smooth bark characteristics of all beeches. Others with rough and broken bark are inflicted with beech bark disease and may eventually die. 18. The stand of oak, ash, and beech includes several large and impressive red oak trees. Like American beech, red oak acorns are an important wildlife food. 19. A few interesting wildflowers also grow here. Can you spot Indian pipe, starflower, or jack in the pulpit? And we're off. There's another pile of stones right there. Here. What's that? A cairn. Or a grave. On the hillside. That was the field and the rocks down there. And crossed at least one stream. Another stream here. More signs of habitation. Piled up stones. I wonder, there's another stone pile there. 20. Although there's no marker, I'm just putting this in here. This stone pile is evidence of early agriculture. In the 1800s, the area behind you was likely a plowed field. Between 19 and 20, we crossed a stream, and there was a lot of stone walls and piles of stone, and the area did look like it had one time been agriculture. Trails over that way. If I want to get lost, Rover Village is probably up there. Well, back to the trail. More signs of farming. Another pile of rocks. Yeah, another pile of rocks. Yeah, a lot of rocks. 22. The diversity of ferns is high in Camp Morgantown Forest. There are 3 fern species here, mostly New York fern with a few large interrupted fern and broader lady fern. Do you see all 3? 23. Here is a swath of hay-scented fern. Crush a leaf and notice the nice smell, similar to fresh mown hay. Condition these trail markers, I say it's been a while. But here we go. Alright, it's not marked on the map, but this looks like man-made. Is this something the kids did, or did the farmer do it? Looks like some kind of cairn.